I'm Ann Berry. I'm the Executive Director of Pilgrim Hall Museum here in Plymouth, Massachusetts. Pilgrim Hall Museum was founded by the Pilgrim Society in 1824, so we are the oldest continuously operating public museum in the country. We've been open since 1824, and we have a collection of objects that includes things that came over on the Mayflower with the Pilgrims, as well as things that relate to Pilgrim history and Plymouth colony in the 17th century. This year, in our temporary exhibit gallery, we have a special exhibit called I've Been There, Souvenirs of Pilgrim Plymouth. With all of our temporary exhibits, we start with our collection that relates to the Pilgrims. We look at what we have and then see how to develop that into a bigger exhibit for the year. This year, we worked with one of our board members, Jim Baker, as our guest curator. He worked with our curator of collections, Stephen O'Neill, and we pulled things from our collection relating to souvenirs of Plymouth through the centuries. The things that you see in the exhibit start with the Enoch wood plates that were produced in 1820 for the Forefathers' Day dinner, and come right on up through into the 20th century with such curiosities as a giant cigar that says Plymouth, Massachusetts on it, and a coffee mug with a palm tree that says Plymouth, Massachusetts. We have the first officially produced souvenir of Plymouth, Massachusetts is a glass Plymouth Rock. It's shaped like Plymouth Rock. It has 1620 on it, and it was produced in 1876 as part of the centennial of the United States, declaring their independence from England. That's one of my favorites because I have one of those that I remember from when I was a child seeing at my grandparents' house. We also have a little clock that was made by the Eads Manufacturing Company in the late 19th century that looks like the old canopy that was over Plymouth Rock at the time. And of course, going through the exhibit, there are lots of little pilgrims of all sizes and varieties. Some are ceramics, other materials, and we have a lot of postcards on exhibit as well. They're a lot of fun. They kind of show the history of Plymouth over the years, and they're displayed as though they're floating in space so that you can actually see the backs of the cards. And in the early 20th century, some of those backs were almost as ornate as the pictures on the front. Pilgrim Hall Museum has as its mission to tell the story of pilgrims and how they are sort of an enduring legacy of the founding of our country. And we always, with all of our exhibits, start with what we have in our collection that relates to the Pilgrims and then build an exhibit from that. And we hope that folks coming to see I've Been There will understand that tourism is not a new phenomenon here in Plymouth. For over 200 years, people have been coming to Plymouth to visit Plymouth Rock and see the other scenes of where the Pilgrims lived. For example, James Thatcher, at the time of the Revolution, when he was traveling from Cape Cod up to Boston to go to Bunker Hill, stopped here in Plymouth to look at Plymouth Rock. So we hope folks will come and visit the museum. We're open 7 days a week from 9:30 to 4:30. This exhibit will be up through the end of December. We're closed Christmas Day, but we're open Thanksgiving Day, and we're closed the month of January, but we're past that now. So I've Been There will be up through the end of the year, and you can come see all kinds of wonderful tourist souvenirs of Plymouth.